How are you today? This is always. Where's the rest of the cult? You're really making a good. Well, you're setting a good example for all the rest of the moderators. Wait, let me make sure my audio thing is working. Everything's working. Okay, everything's working on this. Okay, I'm streaming on Twitch too. Well, you're setting a great example for the moderators. So it's yeah, you're excellent. You're actually excellent. So today we're doing a advice stream. I'm streaming on TikTok and I'm streaming on Twitch. The goal today is always to try to get to beat our goal 8 times. We have to beat our goal today 8 times. So what's the TikTok account? It's Lonestar Void. We have to beat our goal 8 times today. So I'm gonna stream as long as we need that goal. What's good, Juju? How are you? If you have any advice you want to ask from me, shoot. But I do want you guys to come over to the Twitch, Lonestar Void with 2 D's, because we're trying to hit our goal today. We're trying to beat it 8 times actually, but we're hitting our goals today. And I hope you guys are hitting your personal goals too. But the cult is hitting its personal goals today, all day. But yeah, I'm thinking about starting a clothing brand. Could I send you some of my mock-ups? You can share it with the Discord, and if I see it, I'll leave my my opinion, perhaps. Oh, I was already followed. Yeah, as always. What you mean? It's the main account, bro. But we discussing a lot of stuff to do with the philosophy, the method, Illumnism today. What's going on? We discussing the method fully. Well, not fully, but as much as possible today. And we're trying to hit all our goals on Twitch and the other platforms, so we can bring the cult all together. Welcome to the Castle Game. Appreciate you for pulling up. Wait, is my alerts on this channel? Hopefully. I hope my alerts are on. What's up, Mickey? How are you, bro? What yo, bro, my ex 3-4 weeks. Got any tips? Shelf, I do got any tips, but you gotta pull up to the Twitch. Comment it in the Twitch. But I will briefly talk about it. Said, yo, bro, my ex left me 3 to 5 weeks ago. Any tips? You gotta be more. I need something more detail. Like, that's too vague. What are you struggling with? What's the problem? In the TikTok stream. And is that you, Zoids? Because if that's so, I need to mod you actually. If that's you, I need to mod you. You live on Twitch again? Yes, sir. Pull up to the Twitch so we can get the cult all together. Because I keep getting banned from TikTok over and over again for the most strange reasons. That's what broke us up in the first place. I just got tired of that, bro. So everybody, cult, pull up to the Twitch, Lonestar Void with 2 D's. We streaming every day till we knock all our goals out this month. And then again, we may still stream every day. Strange reason, yeah, right. Strange reason, yeah, right. You think it's a strange reason that I stopped posting because of that? Well, I guess that's not the entire reason, so maybe you are partially correct. Yeah, I commented on both. Oh, alright, as always, I'm finna mod you on here too, so you can, oh yeah, this is you. I'm gonna have you regulated. He's back. What's good, me? What's good, Aldo? Think got motion twin had a 3 with 2 in VR? 2 baddies in VR. I want to hop back on VR. I need to interview the person who was talking, or who was into transhumanism, because that's like the entire backbone of the Illumnism philosophy and the method. Drac, twin, I've arrived. What's up, man? What somebody was asking me, wait, I gotta confirm your thing, Zoe. Give me a second. Confirm. There you go. You should be moderated now, Zoe. But the method never fails. Yeah, my friend right here, his name is Derek Branch. He a few years ago, when I first started the method, he asked me what it was, and I was telling him about it. And I was explaining that it's like controlling your aura at will, and like just basically accomplishing whatever you desire, right? Whether that be women, money, fame, power, fantasy, whatever. The method is basically like the building blocks to get there. It's the philosophy that allows that to bloom, in a sense, if that makes any sense. Well, that does make sense. But it's the philosophy that allows whatever you desire to bloom. People always would ask me, how do I get to where I am whenever I get to that point? And I arrive at that point a lot because I live by the philosophy. I created it from the ground up, and I've lived by it, and I've built on it through all my failures. And rarely do I build on things from success, because you don't learn a lot from success. It just confirms that the failure, the thing that you reiterated on in the failure, worked. But I build from failure. So the core of the philosophy, I call it Illumnism, but we're addressing it in the book as the Lone Star Method, Human Enchiridion, because it is the structure of becoming the pure, perfect superhuman, the Zarathustra, similar to what Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of. But it's the Homo Deus, it's a superhuman. It's becoming fully human and going beyond. Welcome to the council. But the philosophy is coined Illumnism, not Illuminism, Illumnism. Because it is you're illuminating the path to where you want to go. You're taking control of the dreamscape. And a lot of people found it to help with relationship stuff, finance stuff, money, fame. Hell, oh yeah, I have another example for you guys, actually. Give me a second. This one is a perfect example. Just a second. Not that. This. So, last year, this artist visited Los Angeles. I like their music, so I wanted to meet him. They're Otari, really amazing guy, really successful. He told me that he would not have gotten to where he was if he had not followed my philosophy, the method. This struck me as extremely odd, because I never had a testimony approach me in real life unknowingly. Like, I didn't know that I'd affected this person. Write a book. I have wrote a book. Is under peer review, strong peer review. But he told me that the way that I spoke and operated in my philosophy really got him to the point that he is in his music career. And that struck me as extremely beautiful, because I see this person as extremely talented. So I didn't assume that I had anything to do with that success at all. I still don't fully assume, but I am grateful and thankful that he feels that my philosophy got him there. I do believe in my philosophy strongly. I don't doubt it a bit. This is why I'm even here now telling you guys about it. But I'm gonna move on to the advice. Let's see what we got. She loved and wait. Music got me levitating. She loved and said she won't be able to forgive my mistakes in the future since 3.5 weeks. I'm just asking myself if she would message me again. I'm from TikTok. Okay, thank you for coming over to the Twitch to ask for advice, because if you guys want advice, you gotta come over to the Twitch so I can read it, so it can be pinned. So you can't make people feel things, especially adults. You can't persuade people to feel things. You can manipulate people. You can get into their head. You can create a false perception and feed it to people, but you can't make people feel things directly. So nothing you do towards this person will change anything. However, I would give you 2 pieces of advice. One, if she left you because of something that you did, it's gonna be hard to navigate past that. So I suggest you focus on yourself. And I guess this goes into the other advice too. But focusing on yourself, if you desire to get this woman or this person back, be it through welcome to the council, be it through unfavorable means, or let's say manipulative traits, because here we don't believe manipulation is inherently evil. We don't believe in evil inherently. We all manipulate people. Everybody manipulates. But in the case of this, you would just have to create a new story around you that's so shocking and convincing that somebody that knows your failures and your shortcomings will also be convinced. You can go about this in a myriad of ways, right? You can create different kinds of posts that project this. For instance, say you had a lot of female friends that your person didn't know about, and they left you. You could then proceed to hang out with these women, right? Because the most beautiful thing is things that we want to compete for, that are rare, that seems out of our reach in a sense. Women love this. They love when you seem out of their reach and you're over it, or you have options. So the best thing for you to do is to exercise the perception of those options. Hell, I would actually prefer you actually experience true options. So actually build that real story around yourself and let go of what that was. It doesn't make sense to go back to things that fail. You learn from it and you move past it. I understand the knee-jerk reaction to feel sad. I'm a human too. I understand that knee-jerk reaction, but you have to move past it into a deeper belonging. You got to understand that things go wrong for a reason, even if they don't go wrong on your terms. Life is never on your terms. Things go wrong for a reason. It's never going to be on your terms. It is your responsibility to learn from those things and move past it. It's your responsibility to understand that it is what it is. Basically, it is what it is. And I guess that's big in Stoicism. And Stoicism is big in my philosophy too. You have to just be okay with your fuck up. That's gonna make your energy huge. When you're sad and when you're shameful, you look pathetic. No matter what people feel towards you, that aura is literally the lowest vibration. To be sad, to be shameful, that's the lowest vibration. You look pathetic. If a guy goes into a party by himself and sits in the corner, you don't look mysterious and cool. You look pathetic. People don't approach you. If a girl goes into a party and sits alone, people are going to approach her. Women operate on a different vibration. They're more pure in their vibration because we see value in them. They create more life. They in a sense close the circle. So when you see a man around a lot of women, you assume that this man is extremely valuable for all those extremely valuable people. I don't want to say objects, people around him. Or even a small army of men and women. Damn, bro, I spoke with so many people and your words just hit different. I'm glad that my words bring value to you guys. That's why I decided to actually start talking actually, because in a sense, I was not necessarily, I've not been nervous. I've not been mysterious. I just didn't understand that people would listen to me because I had bad experiences with me giving advice to people and they didn't listen to me. Never went through a process of feeling like my advice wasn't worthy. I just thought that people all had their heads in their asses. So I decided to just keep my philosophy to myself and hone it and cultivate it since I was younger. And I've seen great returns from that. So now it feels almost sinister or evil to not share that with the rest of the world, especially because my dream is to change culture, create my own culture actually. Yo, what's up, Sammy? Hey, he actually speaking that real shit. TikTok chat, you guys want to get advice, pull up to the Twitch Lonestar Void with 2 D's. We getting the cult back together. It's finally time to bring everybody back together. I'm not sorry for leaving. I left for a reason. I had to literally go practice my powers. I had to literally go practice my powers this time. Literally. And that's why now we have a book coming, an actual book, an actual philosophical piece of work, actual value. Not just music. Music coming too. But we have an actual piece of literature that will actually uplift thousands and millions of people who follow this philosophy. So now we actually coming back with some real power. And from TikTok, W Advice, I'm glad to have you, Addison. At this rate, we definitely gonna hit our goal today, cult. I'm so glad that we have everybody back together. It has bothered me emotionally that I haven't been connected to you guys. I know I'm not your literal biological father, but a lot of people don't have good leadership in their life. People don't care about where everybody else ends up. My case, I do. I actually have a vision for the future of the fucking human race, not just for my pockets or for simple human hedonistic things. I need spiritual guidance. I fall in love in certain month every time. It's like a damn cycle. Are you saying that you fall in love like at a certain point in the month constantly? Is it a certain cycle? If you're a guy, you probably have mother issues. You are constantly falling in love because you are seeking to be coddled, to be held. There's nothing wrong with the inherent desire to be held. What's up, Death Val? There's nothing wrong with the inherent desire to be held and to be coddled. Everybody deserves love, even men. And then a lot of people don't understand that. Even men don't understand that. But if you find yourself constantly falling in love illogically, there is logic to love. Love can seem illogical, but even if you hate somebody, if you spend enough time around them, you will fall in love with them because that's attachment. Love is just attachment. You have mother issues because that's where the first attachment traits come from. If you find yourself falling in love randomly with random women who you have no idea, you don't know shit about them, you have attachment issues, and that probably comes from your mother. You gotta look deep into yourself and solve that first. Let go of whatever your mom didn't do for you, because that's over. And unless you want to pass that shit on to another woman that passes on to your child, you need to let that shit go. Figure out what that is and let that go. You can't date your mother. You can't be with your mother. You can't fix that. You can't change the past. You've got to let that go. On the case of these women, there's nothing wrong with wanting a myriad of women. There's nothing wrong with wanting one woman. But it's about how you approach it and how you feel it in yourself. I can have multiple women, or I can have one woman. It wouldn't change who I am corely, because I know that I'm just being a fluid person. If you are doing this because you're seeking love, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You're setting yourself up for failure in a financial sense, emotional sense, mental sense, and physical sense, because you will get sick. And I know you guys know what sickness I'm talking about. Welcome to the castle. You still dropping music, fam? Yeah, I'm still dropping music. Lonestar. Why do parts of myself? You gotta pull up to the Twitch twin so we can pin your thing and I can actually read it. But yeah, just pull up, bro. Colt, we need everybody pulling up to the castle on Twitch, bro, because TikTok is not stable. It's not stable. It's not stable enough for me. I need something more stable to connect with y'all. Follow goal hasn't reached. Yeah, we hit our follow goal. Now we gotta hit it 7 more times today. But W for hitting the follow goal so fast. We only been streaming for 20 minutes. Really 15 minutes. Welcome to the castle game. What's up, Lone? I noticed after I hit my main thing, my aura drains and I struggle to maintain the same level of aura I was having before. Is that just me, or do you have a vision for it? What's up? I noticed after I hit my main. What is your main thing? You mean you're a girl? If you're talking about your girl, I actually may have something for you, actually. If you mean girl, I'm just gonna assume you mean girl. So, welcome to the castle. So, of course, I'm not if you guys can read my aura, I am the kind of person who respects both genders when the respect is deserving, but both genders have affinities of their own issues. I see that with women, they have an affinity to be energy vampires. With men, they only get that affinity if they have a terrible mother. Then they become energy vampires because they have feminine issues. That's why men who have feminine issues, they seem like the B word, and like, you are being a B. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Grow some balls. But usually men have father issues, so they seem cold. But women usually are energy vampires, usually because they are extremely feminine and they desire things. They just desire. And they usually get those things, especially through tears and stuff. So you may be dating an energy vampire, my brother, my child, my son, whatever, Colt. You don't have to necessarily leave this person, but you need to create internal boundaries mentally. You don't even have to say it verbally, but you need to create an internal mental boundary of what you will allow, how far you allow your heart to go in conversation and interaction. For example, I do have people around me that I truly love, but certain conversations I'm not even finna have with them because they don't know what the fuck is going on in certain regards. So I'm not finna put my energy into it because they just don't care in the same way I do. And that's okay, because a lot of people are like that, and there are people who are more intelligent in some areas and less intelligent in other areas. So that's an easier way to see it. If this person is literally the bane of a conversation in a certain way, as long as it's not emotionally, if it's something like personal, if this woman is a personal emotional bane to your existence, you need to get out of there. You just need to get out of there. Welcome to the counseling. You just need to get out of there. This woman, let me repeat, if this woman is a bane to your existence in normal conversation, emotional conversation, you need to get out of there, brother. Now, if it's just some casual shit, like intellectual shit, and you're just like, okay, you tripping, it's okay, but you can set up boundaries. I feel like in today's generation, we lack spiritual and emotional guidance. Yes, because everybody's getting poorer, so everybody's trying to make a bunch of money, so they're not really focused on each other emotionally. They're just like, shit, man, this shit gonna sell. Let me scream at people and be mean to them. Let me show my ass. Let me show my boobs. But this, like, people aren't getting worse. It's just people are getting more desperate. So we're seeing the decline in self-morals and self-awareness. People are already not that aware. Understand that, Cole. 85% of people are literally not aware. My goal is to wake up at least the people who want to be involved in this culture, this cult. Bro, I'm talking to a girl. You gotta pull up to the Twitch, Barman. We gotta pin you on the Twitch to read it. Dog, comment on this Twitch is you gotta pull up it. Yeah. I can't read from this thing for real. Do you have any advice on how to better conversations with people? Yes. This is going to be a good one because I see a lot of the cult has anxiety issues. I had anxiety issues too, so I understand. So watch and listen to me closely. Watch the way I talk and watch the way I explain things. First of all, you gotta love yourself. And I don't just mean just gimmicky, love yourself. When I tell you to love yourself, it's calculative, right? It's deeper than just love yourself. It goes so deep because you have to come to terms and believe that the words that you are getting ready to say to somebody mean something and they have value. You have to control the flow of conversation. You have to allow pauses, allow breather. You have to believe in what you're saying. You have to believe that you have to understand that what you want is connection, and there's nothing that can happen in that moment that could fault you as a human being. Somebody on my Twitter asked me, how do I get over the fear of rejection? And I was trying to explain to them as briefly as I could, as best as I could, that is illogical. You shouldn't feel fear of rejection, because if you're a human being, you literally are a social creature. You're seeking social connections. Some people may not want to be socially connected with you. That's just it. I am a 6'4" handsome man, and some people have not wanted to hang out with me or be with me. That's fine. When most people have, but you're always going to get rejected. There is no reason to fear that. There is no reason to be embarrassed. And the reason why I say love yourself, because the more your knee-jerk reaction becomes, oh, I'm just a human, bro. I'm just doing my thing. I'm just grinding. I love myself. I feel healthy. I take care of myself. So what? They don't care about me. So what? They don't want to be with me. That doesn't do anything. It doesn't put any fear in my heart. It doesn't sway me. It doesn't shame me. Because when you're embarrassed, when you fear rejection, you fear embarrassment. When you fear embarrassment, that means you fear shame. If you feel shame, that means in your heart, you're nothing. You don't believe that you don't believe that you have any value outside of the outside mosaic of your mind, because all of this is in your head. Even the shit outside of your body is all in your head. In is out. All of it's the same. Don't get that confused. You're all these people, and all these people are you, right? Keep that in mind. Never forget that. All these people are you, and you are all these people and all these things. People have anxiety because they are unsure of themselves, not because of what they actually think people think. You're thinking that. They're not thinking it. You don't know what they're thinking. Most people just want to have fun and just hang out. Sex, whatever. Most people want that. They don't actually inherently feel anything towards you. That's in your head. You're coming to the conversation with that energy. That's why shy people, etc., are more likely to get bullied. People can feel that energy on you, so you gotta shake that shit off. I guarantee you, nobody would ever actually in real life try to bully me. Like, it wouldn't occur to them. They would feel fear first. They wouldn't feel that they want to suppress me. It would not feel possible to them, because my energy is literally at the top. I'm at the top of the energy chart. You're not gonna feel that way if you see me in real life. Now, if I was shy and timid, you either gonna feel compassionate and pity me, or you're gonna feel like you want to bully me because I'm an easy target. So that's why don't let yourself feel shame. You gotta love yourself as much as possible. Don't be mean to yourself. Even if you want to get buff. I see a lot of fitness dudes. Cole, I see a lot of fitness people always tell people like, oh man, you look like a piece of, I can't say it because I'm on TikTok, but y'all know, like, they like are really mean. Like, even these male gurus like Andrew Tate and stuff, a lot of stuff that they say is true, but they're so mean about a lot of stuff towards themselves that it's like you get no value in the end. So it's like, bro, I've never had an issue with finances, women, or anything, all because I believe that I can have all this. I deserve it. Why wouldn't I not deserve this, bro? TikTok chat, Colt. If you want to ask advice, you gotta come over to the Twitch. Lonestar Void with 2 D's is in the middle. But when you start to feel like you deserve shit, the anxiety just go away. Physically, I still feel anxiety. Like, even now, I'm talking to like fucking hundreds and thousands of people at once, bro. And somebody asked me the other day, am I afraid to be famous? It just didn't make sense to me, because it's not happening to me. I'm creating the fame. The fame is coming out of me. It's not happening to me. It's not random. I'm not randomly popular. I'm not randomly powerful. None of this shit is random. I'm bringing people to me. Y'all just feel my energy through y'all phones and shit. And it's gonna keep spreading forever. It's been spreading since I was a child. It's gonna keep spreading. And we're gonna create a fucking culture. A fucking army. But we're not gonna do that by hating ourselves. I'm not finna teach y'all to hate yourself. That's the worst thing to do. Even if you fuck up, why would you hate yourself, bro? You're just a person. Like, I don't get it. Why would you allow yourself to feel that way? This is all you can actually experience. You don't know, you would never know what nobody else is thinking until we get New Orleans and shit. But you would never know, really, what everybody else is thinking. So why would you suffer, bro? My whole philosophy is about being in heaven right now. In this moment, no matter what kind of life you want to live. Heaven right now. Not when you die. Right now. Not when you get $1 million. Right now. Once you feel that, your cup runneth over. That is our mantra. Your cup runneth over, bro. You can be rich right now, bro, and then just keep building. You say, welcome to the cult gang. Oh yeah. Who else asked me something? Been struggling for 2 weeks due to a 2-year breakup. Any advice on how to try to stop the feeling? So, what is feelings? Can anybody answer that for me? What is feelings? Nobody? So, feelings are emotions in motion. Well, emotions in emotion. Well, energy in motion. I'm tripping. Feelings are emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. You're constantly going to be feeling something about this scenario. You see, I wish I had a chart or something to show y'all, but you're constantly thinking. What I try to teach y'all is you're always, what's up, homicide? But you're constantly thinking, right? Cool. You can't stop thoughts. This is why I try to teach y'all how to meditate, so y'all can see that y'all have no free will. And it's not a bad thing. But once you realize it, then your energy goes all the way up because you understand the universe. You're always thinking, right? You can't stop it. Even if you become Buddha, whoever, you can't stop it. So you're always going to be feeling something. Usually for me, I feel peace and enlightenment. I feel like a god. I don't struggle with internal problems for real because I just believe in everything that I do. I don't struggle with that. I did though when I was younger, cause teenage years and shit. But not even for real then though. But you want to get you do want to stop a feeling. You're already messing up. You can't stop it. You have to become the river. Right now, you're being the rock. And even if you don't understand a lot of stuff I talk about, you should know that if it rains on a mountain a long time, eventually the rock is going to form into something else, no matter how big it is. Water ultimately destroys rocks. So you have to become the water, the entropy of the universe, essentially. And since you're constantly feeling these thoughts, right? You're constantly going to have emotions. Now, we at the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to feel. What you're really trying to see is, how do I stop feeling sad? Like I was saying earlier, sadness is the bottom emotion. Not saying that you guys shouldn't ever feel sad. Of course, you should understand every emotion. But sadness is the bottom of the frequency. You are trying to feel good. So that means that you can't stop the feeling, but you can change your thoughts, your outlook on it, and that will alter the feeling. Because sadness is there, but it's because of your outlook on what you feel. You're still going to feel something always because you're thinking about it. So now you got to say, all right, why do I feel sad? I loved her, etc., etc. She broke my heart, whatever. She cheated on me, whatever. Okay, it happens. It's life. People make mistakes. People choose differently. It happens. You got to see the beauty in that. You still got the experience. You're sad because you love that shit though. You love that girl. That's beautiful. You got to love somebody, bro. You got to love. A lot of people don't get that. Cool. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to love somebody. TikTok chat, come over to the Twitch. Lonestar Void with 2 Ds. Listen closely. A lot of people don't get to love. Love is higher on the frequency. You have to go back to what that shit is. Yeah, it's over, whatever, but you got to love somebody. And that is a beautiful thing, man. That is a beautiful thing. You need to feel grateful that you got that. You can't stop people from making their own mistakes and their own choices in life. But you can appreciate the time that you spent together. You need to accept that people are different and people change. And the whole process behind all of this is sort of navigating your perfect person. What's up? Welcome to the cult, man. You're navigating your perfect person. People mess up when they get caught on what another person does, regardless of if you love them or not. You can't get caught on it, because if you get caught on it, then you're stopping yourself from feeling love from a new person, or picking up on the information that you need from that incident. Because the philosophy, failure, your relationship failed. there's nothing you can do about that. You loved, you failed, now it's time to learn. You take that and you move on to the next thing. Mentally, you're doing a lot of work that you're not aware of, right? Your brain is like, okay, I like this kind of person, I like that kind of person. That's literally what a red flag is, Colt. You start to, oh, what's up, Jennifer? But you start to feel basically the data behind people, right? Because we all are data, essentially. We all do things, we all data points. But you like, oh, I don't like the way this girl is talking to me. That's a red flag. How would you have known that's a red flag if it never happened to you though, right? So the more you fail, the more you read, the more you see stuff, watch movies, you start to see red flags like, oh, no, I ain't fucking with that, so I'm not gonna fuck with her, right? So you gotta see it like that. You gotta be okay. Just okay. Just be okay at least. If you can't feel the peace that of like what you went through, you gotta feel at least okay. You're gonna feel sad sometimes because you're gonna slip up and down the spectrum, but you gotta train your mind to be okay with what happened to you and what you went through. But because things aren't happening to you, they're just happening. Okay? Remember that and never forget that. That is my parting words for you. Things aren't happening to you, they're just happening. You just gotta pick up on them. Ride that wave to heaven. Cause I need you, I needed this. I'm glad, Wacky, man. Welcome to the castle, man. Who else asked for advice? Welcome to the castle, bro. Yo, can you guys pin my question? Yeah. Thank y'all. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you to the moderators, Colt. We love our moderators, bro. Cause I can't read and talk. Right? TikTok, if you guys have questions for me, you gotta come over to the Twitch. Cause my moderators have to pin you so I can see it. Alright. So I'm talking to a girl. She's fun and all. But a friend mentioned to me recently that they saw that she had a round 2 tatted on her back above her ass. Am I cooked? Listen, if you're a conservative man, you're cooked. If you're conservative, you're cooked. I'm not a conservative man. I like my women freaked out. Honestly, I like my women freaked out. I don't like conservative women. Cole, I don't like conservative women. There's nothing wrong with conservative women. Nothing wrong with anything. There's nothing wrong with nothing you choose to do in life. But me personally, I like freaked outs. You feel me? So, I don't think you're cooked if you're fluid. And she's not necessarily freaked out because of that. I'm not saying that. But she's confident in her sexuality for sure if she's getting tramp stamps. At least she's becoming confident. She's fighting for it. You see, with tattoos, Colt, this is all like a mass multiplayer online game, Colt. What's up, Alexis? This is all like a mass multiplayer online game, Colt. We're all customizing our characters to fit our agendas and our aesthetics. Judge people about how they look. I don't care what nobody tell you. Judge the book by its cover. That shit means something. That means something. Judging is natural, but don't get caught up in ego. Judge them, test it. If it works, keep that data point. Okay, this person is usually like that. I'm gonna keep that data point. So I don't think you're cooked. Just try, man. What you scared of? You scared that she's gonna be a freak and she's gonna freak you out too? That's what you scared of? Pin the next comment, mods. I can't like let me see. I can't really I can. How important is semen retention to the method? So that is a good one. Everybody knew in the TikTok chat, pull up to the Twitch. We answering all the advice on there. We breaking our goals all day. Finna answer a crazy question. You want your advice answered, pull up to the Twitch. If you're a part of the cult, pull up to the Twitch. If you're an observer, you're fine where you at. Just chill. But if you want to be a part of the community, pull up to the Twitch. So, let me see if I can pin this for you actually. Let's pin it. 10 minutes. Whatever. 10 minutes. Wait, what the fuck? 10 minutes. Okay. How important is semen retention to the method? So, I'm glad that you asked that, because the method is a lot more than just pieces that I've shown. There is a spiritual aspect to it, because I am a growing spiritual being. I've realized my connection to the the universe and energy. I don't necessarily see anything wrong with masturbating, but you personally should know if you're overdoing anything in life. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with masturbation, but if it's literally hurting your life and taking away time from productivity, or actually going outside and actually seeking an actual human body to connect with, then you're facing some issues. But there's nothing wrong with personal sexual pleasure. Semen retention can be good though. You see, a big thing in life that most men aren't taught, especially by their fathers, because it's a dying discipline, is discipline. So semen retention would definitely teach you some mental discipline, because as a man, especially a young man, you really want to do it. Like, you really want to fuck a lot. That's just being a man. There's nothing wrong with that. But semen retention will allow you to build up resistance from your carnal urges and your libido. And it for some people it can work out. For others, for some people there can be benefits. For some people, not that many. Like for me, I believe in sexual energy. Like, I'm sort of a vampire in some ways. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with anything, but be careful of energy vampires, because they can take something from you if you're not prepared and mentally sharp. But sexually, I do absorb energy from people, and I know that. That's pretty, and that's even science. If you have sex with somebody, you share stuff. So there is benefits and there is not. It all depends on you. If you want to practice mental discipline, by all means do that. If you're not struggling with mental discipline, if you don't have problems with pornography or masturbation, or feeling overly pervy in public, then semen retention is probably not that useful for you. But if you do, you probably should practice it, because you don't want to become a victim of pleasure. A man who is a victim of pleasure can never become a god. Period. And this is the philosophy of becoming a god. So if you want to understand deeper what that means, or that, please come join the cult. But if you're afraid of that term, if you're afraid of that sentence, this may not be the philosophy for you. I'm sorry to tell you, but this philosophy is very intense. It's about actually becoming a god. Literally becoming a god. If that scares you, cult, chat, observers, if that scares you, you shouldn't be here. Just keep scrolling. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad at you. If that scares you, you should keep going, because this is going to get crazy and crazier as we grow our community. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be beautiful and cool as fuck, though, and it's going to feel amazing. So what I'm finna teach y'all, it's going to change your fucking life. Period. TikTok chat. Observers, pull up to the Twitch if you're a part of the community. Lonestar Void with 2 Ds. If you want your questions answered, if you want your advice answered, because it's hard for me to see the TikTok chat and it's hard for me to read it, because, but here it's easy to read it because my lovely moderators pin it for me and point out stuff for me. Let's see. Lone, why does it feel like every time something good happens, something bad happens right after? W fucking question, bro. What the fuck? I love that question. That is a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that. That is an amazing question. And there is science behind that. This is it's like the stock market and everything. Everything is based off this. Have you guys ever noticed when somebody gets really famous, you see bad stuff happen to them? It could be death, car accidents, mother's death, whatever. And people always say, oh, it's a sacrifice. It's not a fucking sacrifice. When you deal with such powerful energies, it has to fluctuate. Even on the stock market, if a company goes all the way up, that shit is probably going to go down a lot until it balances out. As time go on though, if you're consistent in events or processes, it keeps growing continuously. But when energy goes really fast, it can drop a lot. So it may seem like when good things happen, bad things happen, but it's because your perspective is just human. It's literally the process of the Tao. The Tao is, you guys may know yin and yang, like black and white, in and out. It's like that. But positives must have negatives. So right now, if I was to just suddenly make $1 million, I wouldn't even be surprised if, God forbid, heavens forbid, universe forbid, everything forbid. But if I was to make a sudden $1 million right now, my mother will probably just vanish. Like that's how shit works. That's just how it works. That probably wouldn't happen to me because money is of no value to me, because money is my slave. I'm not the slave of money. Money is my slave. So that probably won't happen to me, but something that I am ghostly a slave of could do that to me. That's why you have to be above and past all of this shit. So when bad things happen, they're not bad. They just happen. It's just happening. It's not happening to you. It's just happening. It's still gonna go the same process. So it's gonna go. You know the stock market quote? It just. Welcome to the castle, everybody. I didn't get a chance to see everybody's name, but y'all know I love y'all. Okay. Project Bino asked me a very good question, also pertaining to the method, because I do preach a lot about meditation. Wait, do I have anything about meditation in these pictures? Wait. Don't look for love. I don't know. Let's get that away, and let's put let's go back to that. Fuck it. Let's just go back to that. Actually, no. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this picture. But he said, how long should we meditate each day, and what procedures should we do while doing so? So, for the layman, which means the common man with no particular interest in a thing, I would recommend you meditate for anywhere between, to start off with 5 minutes, but you can stop at 10 minutes. As long as you can do 10 minutes per day, your life will change. And for those who are not familiar with meditation, it's pretty simple. It's the Lone Star meditation. It's a myriad of things, but the most common thing that I like to do is focus on my breath. So if you guys want to learn more about that, I can't go too deep into that. But if you guys want to learn more about that, you have to join the community and the Discord so I can actually slowly show you, because I can't show you everything in like one stream unless I focus on that one thing. But you should aim for 5 to 10 minutes of reflection every day. Even if you don't know how to meditate, you should reflect on what you are and what are you doing for at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. So if you don't meditate, you don't know how, and you're not there yet, you should know what journaling is. Get a fucking book just like this. I got a whole drawer of books, bro. Like, I traveled the world, just write shit down in this. Travel the world, bro, and write everything down that I think and I feel. What this does is, not only does it help with emotional regulation, which affects everything in your life. If you are emotionally regulated, you're literally destined for success. Like, I could show y'all the charts, but you're literally destined for success. Most people are not successful when they are very poor, etc., etc. You'll notice they have very low emotional regulation. Imagine you live in the ghetto. I'm from the ghetto. Notice how everybody's angry as fuck all the time for the most simple reasons. You messed up my order, my McDonald's order. Why is it that angry? Why are you getting that angry for a McDonald's order? But it's lack of emotional regulation in especially impoverished cultures. And we have to find a way to aid that, to fix that. I don't know if that's going to be possible for the people who are already adults and they're set in stone, because it's really hard to teach adult shit. But, you know, emotional regulation is king. But journaling, reflection, it boosts your emotional capacity and regulation. By capacity, I mean your ability to take in love. So not only are you learning how to control your emotions, you're feeling deeper. And who doesn't want to feel deeper? Like, a lot of you are probably afraid. You're probably younger and you probably feel like it's cool or something to be cold. When I meet a cold man, I meet a pathetic person. Period. There's no sugarcoating that. A cold person to me is extremely pathetic. A person who is stoic, then we can do some talking. But a cold person, a cold-shouldered person, a mysterious cold person, they're pathetic to me because they're a coward. You're afraid to open your heart. You can't really come up with any $1 million idea or any life-changing thing. You can't love others with a cold heart. You're literally just destined to fail in every regard of life if you shut your heart down. Your heart is the connection between everything. You have probably heard that, let's talk money-wise, since everybody loves money, right? Your network is your net worth. How can you get a good network without having an understanding of human connection? Yeah, you could have good manipulative traits. Fine. Of course, I do teach about that too, because those are important. But you don't want to have to manipulate everybody to love them. Like, you just want to love people, right? And just chill sometime, right? You want a girl, you want a family, you want to just be happy, right? You don't want to just be constantly in a battle with everybody. You just want to be able to chill, so you need to open your heart up. Don't be cold, bro. People break your heart, fuck it. I mean, they just doing their own thing. Keep loving people, bro. Move on. Don't close your heart out. Close your heart out, you become pathetic immediately. How do I fix my relationship? TikTok chat. I know that you guys want me to give you guys advice on this. 1, too vague. 2, you gotta come over to the Twitch because you gotta type it out so we can pin it and I can see it and I can read it and actually stew on it. I can't really look over. I'm not gonna explain all that. But TikTok observers, cult, community, everybody pull up to Twitch. We growing the community here and it's going great. You guys are doing such a good job hitting all of the fucking goals. Welcome to the cult gang. We're hitting all of our goals today. It's fucking crazy. At first, you start off slow, simple. Oh, you give him advice. W cult. I feel like a failure sometimes. Why? Actually, that's so real. So let's pin that and let's talk about that. Dark Shinigami said, I feel like a failure sometimes. And being a person, I have felt the same way, especially younger, when I would have friends who would get extremely famous at a young age. And, you know, I would be like, well, not even friends, just people who you see on the internet. Well, you know what I'm saying? They get really rich and famous, especially in the age of the internet. You guys probably see fucking 17-year-old with $1 million clothing brand and you just at home, the roof finna fall on you. But you gotta understand that there is a process to all of this. And you never judge books by its cover. I'm not finna say that person could not be doing as well as you think. That person just has a good grasp, a good amount of energy around him. It's just energy, bro. But now you have to take that and get your own energy, your own love, your own understanding of life. Because you're not a failure. When you go outside and you see a tree branch on the ground, do you think to yourself, whoa, that tree is a failure, it broke? Or when you see a dying plant, do you think to yourself, this plant is a failure, it failed? It's literally just a plant and now it's in a decomposition cycle and is feeding the rest of the plants. There is no failures. You're not an actual failure. When I say failure is the core of our philosophy, I don't mean you've been a failure. At no point in your life are you actually a failure. You can fail at tasks methodologically, I think. Like, for instance, like, I want to start a company or I want to get this girl and I apply these things that I learned and they fail to bring me my goal. Welcome to the castle. I apply these things I learned and I failed to get my goal. That means that I failed. My plan literally failed. I tried to start a clothing brand. Nobody bought it. I failed. Now, let me go back and try a different plan. Let me not do this specific thing. Let me try to do this thing instead. And as you keep doing that, you get sharper and sharper. You start learning. You go to Reddit, you go to Google, you go everywhere. You learn so you don't fail and you get success. But your goal is to keep failing in business as much as possible. If you're not failing, you're not being innovative enough. In life, you're just a human. If you want to speak in terms of failure, you're failing if you feel that way towards yourself. You should have nothing but compassion for yourself. Not excuses, Colt. Not excuses. No excuses. But you should have compassion for yourself. Say that I'm beating myself up over discipline. Not necessarily beating myself up, but say I want to be more disciplined. And I tell myself, all right, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do some push-ups, or I'm going to get up, I'm going to read, get up, I'm going to study, get up, I'm going to train. And one day, after 3 days, I say, I'm tired, bro. I'm not finna say, I'm a loser, bro, I suck. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, let me give myself this rest day, because this rest day is going to give me the energy to go crazy tomorrow. I will be accountable for my actions, but I may deserve a rest day because I need to not burn out. And yeah, you may fail, you may not do it again, but the point in that exercise is you start to be kind for yourself when you feel like you are failing. You tell yourself, wait, no, I need a break. Let me take a break so I can go even harder when I come back. Like, not, man, I suck, man, because negative reinforcement does not change people. Negative reinforcement does not motivate people. It only scares them. And yeah, they may start going harder for like a short amount of time, but it's not sustainable. If you constantly hate yourself, it's just going to turn into, for instance, in physical shit, if you're a bigger person and somebody make you hate yourself for being bigger, yeah, you may work harder for a short amount of time, but it's not sustainable, because if you kept going hard and hating yourself, you would get dysmorphia. You would say, this is not enough, I need to go harder. This is not enough, I need to go harder. But at what point do you stop and say, I'm proud of myself, I'm doing good, I love myself? This is what messed me up for a lot in life. I was always doing extraordinary things in some capacity, but I was not doing it sustainably, so I would stop doing it. I would flunk out because I was running off hatred. I was misanthropic. I hated everybody. I hated everything, and I wanted to get away from everybody. So I used my psychological talents and my IQ and shit to supersede my peers and control everything and get past everybody, to be alone. It worked a lot, but it wasn't sustainable, because I got to a point where I was like, wow, I'm successful. Why do I want to jump off a cliff? Because I never allowed myself to love where I'm at. Thank you for the gift, and welcome to the council, everybody. We got so many new people. Oh my God. Colt, you guys are really pulling up to the community